Hello, we are doing Memory of Chaos 12 with Smol Herta because Smol Herta Supremacy is real. We've got Hua, Herta, Tribi, and Sparkle, and we are going to be decimating Flame Reaver and making him wish that he was never in the Memory of Chaos to begin with. Now, this team is quite entertaining to play, and I'm glad because it makes use of Sparkle, who I rarely get to use. I'm not going to play this perfectly, but, I mean, who is? Not everybody's a raging sweat lord. Hua is nice here. She's not needed, but she is good for extra energy and a bit of an attack buff, but Linksha would probably be better. We have high speed on our Sparkle and base speed on our Herta, just so that we can make use of the high speed on Sparkle so that we can run attack boots on Herta instead of speed boots. And that is going to be what makes us get all of the extra actions on our Herta. Because she pretty much brings up Herta's speed to be within line of what Sparkle's is. Because the 50% action advance is just enough to put her right after Sparkle. So our 160 speed Sparkle is basically making it so we have a 160 speed Herta. Very, very juicy. Go, go, go! Now, ooh, yeah, we are going to hurt ult here. Tribi is very nice in the current Memory of Chaos because of how many enemies there are. I mean, you know, this used to be the big chunky targets thing, and now we've got just huge amounts of enemies just like it was in pure fiction. But it makes Herta good, and that's all we really care about right now. We have no signature Lightcone on Hua. DDD on Sparkle, which is, I mean, come on. It's better than her signature. It's basically Sparkle's signature Lightcone. If you've seen the true damage numbers, you probably put together now that we do have E1 on our Tribi. We also have S1 on Tribi. You don't need to have those two things. Hold on to Herta's ult here, because we're going to need it when we go into the first wave with the Flame Reaver. Now, I think you'd be completely fine if you were to use Robin here instead of Tribi. You don't even need like E1 Robin or whatever, because we're going to be able to beat this in less than 5 cycles. And that's all you really need to do, right? Is if you're beating it faster than 5 cycles, then you're probably more than fine. You're already chilling as you are. Ooh, see now here, yeah, we're going to go ahead and ult on Hua. I could save it and then just advance Herta forward using Sparkle, but I'd rather play it safe. So why bother risking it? And I mean, I already said we're not going to play this perfectly. There we go. Cleared that wave. Wait until he spawns all of his dudes to use Herta's ult here. Like so. Now we can ult. Get that big, big damage. So while I do have S1 on Tribi, I think DDD would be a better option here because it would give us a lot more action advancing, but I don't have a second DDD. I only have the one that's on my Sparkle, which is really, really unfortunate, but there's not exactly anything I can do about that. We're going to go ahead and ult with Sparkle here. Now, I've already run this back multiple times, right? We're going to 3-cycle this pretty comfortably. So if you were to like put an E0 Robin in here instead and then 5-cycle it, you're going to be fine that way instead. See, now this is a bit of a tough one. Do we want to hold on to Hua's ults? I think we probably do. I could have basic there. I don't know why I skilled. That was kind of pointless. Now we can ult with Herta again. Oh, shabam. Then I'm going to ult with Hua first. I'm not sure if it would be better to ult with Tribi first. I'm not sure about like if we're going to be overcapping on rockets or if we need the extra energy on Tribi for an extra ult. Doesn't matter too much. We got him into his second phase now. That's good. That's good. 20 hits. Most of them don't even hit the main guy. Kind of sad because we're going to be able to kill the guys on the side no matter what happens. But alas, it is what it is. Double check we have Cypher still. We do, so we're chilling. That means we can wait to cast Sparkle's ult until after. Beautiful. I'm gonna be just shy of having enough energy for Herta's ult. If I had gotten a kill, we would have had enough right there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cast Tribby's ults. Now just whack Herta once. Ooh. We didn't get to kill all of the guys, which is a bit of an oof. We really wanted to get Herta's ult there before, but we couldn't. We should still be able to 3-cycle this just fine, though. Plenty of skill points, so use our skill on Huohuo, which is going to give us our ults, extra energy, extra attack, extra follow-up from Tribby. Now, ooh, this is... I'm thinking we should be fine, though. Go ahead and do this. I'm going to ult with Tribby beforehand. And now we just use Hurtle and we should win. If we don't, I'm going to cry. That would be highly unfortunate. 0%. Very, very comfortable. 2-cycle. We did 2-cycle at that time. Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. You see that? And I thought it was going to be a 3-cycle. That is amazing. That is really, really amazing. Okay. And I didn't even play that as good as I could have if I wasn't so small brain. Proof of Herta's absolute power. Let's go ahead and look at the builds. First, we're just going to go through, and before we go through the relics, I just want to talk about the Eidolons and the Lightcones real quick. Okay, E0 Huohuo. I would love an E1 Huohuo. I lost to Yanqing. 12% speed would be huge. Sad face. We have E6 Herta. Of course, she's a 4-star. You get all of her Eidolons for free. E1 Tribby. Again, I already said this earlier. You don't need E1 Tribby. We just 2-cycled, okay? Take this out. You're going to, what, 3-4 cycle? Hell, maybe 5 cycle. You're going to do it just fine. And if you don't have Tribby, just use Robin. Robin's huge attack buff is actually quite nice. Tribby is going to give a bigger damage buff than... Or sorry, Robin is going to give a bigger damage buff than Tribby is, technically, to Herta. Now, she's not going to do as much personal damage, but it's going to be more or less the same if you compare E0 Tribby to an E0 Herta, at least in this case. So you don't need this, not at all. E0 Sparkle. Not really needed to have her Eidolons, though I would like to get them one day. DDD on Sparkle, of course. Her signature is kind of doo-doo water. Highly unfortunate. S1 on Tribby. Another DDD would be better. You don't need to pull S1. I don't have another DDD. And this is the only other decent option, I guess, that I have, right? The crit damage is heavily diminished in this setup, so it's not doing a whole lot here. More or less, it just gives us an ults at the very start and a couple more ults from Tribby. It's not doing too much other than that. And then we have Birth of Self on Herta. You could go with a 5-star Lightcone, like the Herta Shop Lightcone. I'm not sure if it would be better. I haven't, like, done the math to calculate that. I just kind of like this because, I mean, it matches her and it's a signature. You could also try Jing Yuan's Lightcone. I'm not sure how I feel about this because the follow-up attack bonus goes away after you trigger follow-up attack and you have to do a skill or an ult to trigger it, so it's not going to have 100% uptime. The 18% skill and ult damage isn't doing a whole lot, and the crit damage, we already went over that. It's diminished, so I'm not sure if this would be better or worse than the Birth of Self. Then Huohuo, we have post-op conversation. This is pretty solid here. You don't need it at S5. I did runs earlier 3-cycling when I didn't even have this thing leveled up. I would just run whatever you can with energy regen here for Huohuo, or at least with the build I'm doing, because we want as many actions as we can get, and then as much energy from those actions. So speed and energy regeneration to get her ult back as fast as possible. I have her signature, but it's not that great, and I wanted to show that you didn't need it here. Now, other than that, on to the actual builds. We have 167 speed, Huohuo, very nice. Here's the rest of the stats. None of the other ones really matter, but, you know, there you go. 5,700 HP, max traces, 2-piece speed, and then 2-piece fleets. For our Herta, we have 79.3 crit rate, 156.9 crit damage, base speed, no speed stub stats. We already went over that with Sparkle. Sparkle's what gives us all of our actions, so we don't want to build speed on her. 2700 attack. I'll scroll down for the rest of the stats again. I don't think that really matters anyways. Maxed traces, we have 2-piece follow-up attack damage, 2-piece ice damage, attack boots, and then ice damage and attack percent here, and we have inert Salsado. For Tribby, we have her 61 crit rate, 235.4 crit damage, base speed, not including the -6 from the 4-piece signature set. With the signature set's crit rate, that actually puts our crit rate all the way up to 93%. Maxed traces. I've got pretty solid artifacts for her, though they could be better. Relics. I'm sorry, I'm also a Genshin player. Then we have Sparkle, who is sitting at 237.2 crit damage, 160 speed. I wish that was like 165 or something. It would be nice for a couple breakpoints, but right now that's what I have. Maxed traces. If you don't max your traces, I don't know why you're doing Memory of Chaos 12. We have 4-piece Sacerdos for the extra crit damage. This is the main piece I would like to replace. 4 speed and 30 crit damage is really good, yes, but I would rather have way higher speed and sacrifice some crit damage for that. And same goes for this piece. 2 speed, 22 crit damage. I don't have any other good options right now, though, so I have to use what I can get. Having HP here instead of attack percent would be way better to help keep her alive, but I don't have an HP piece that's anywhere close to as good as this in substats with speed and crit damage. And that is it for the builds. You don't need to have big Herta. We just 2-cycled with Smol Herta, okay? And that was a 5-cost team, except if we take out S1 on Tribby, because everyone swears by it, let's be honest here. DDD would be better than her signature. I'm more than confident about that. So you could definitely get away with a 4-cost here. And then if you don't want to 2-cycle it, you can just go EU0 Tribby or EU0 Robin, and you should 3-4 cycle it. That's pretty much it, though. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. Tell me if you want me to do more Star Rail videos or whatever. And that's it. Adios.